Hey everyone, it's Sara Black Spiker here and happy Friday. Today I'm inspired to share with you a little bit more technical live stream and not necessarily so much about the mindset than the strategic planning to help you create the offers, set boundaries, experience more flexibility, and especially gift yourself some more self-compassion, especially when you are running a business, serving your clients, managing your team, taking care of your kids at home, and still trying to live the best life possible. What inspired me to share this today is I was going over some of the case studies and some of my clients' notes, and also the emails that I'm receiving from my community. And one of the most common questions for people who are in service-based businesses like consultants, professional service providers, right now is they feel the crunch of trading dollars per hours. For example, somebody is working 40 hours a week. They're charging $150 per hour. They said, this was such a great model until it wasn't anymore. And this is especially painful for those people in my community who have kids. Like I said, when you can't really focus and have this uninterrupted day, but yet you still have to track every hour and every minute in order to get paid for every hour and every minute. Sooner or later it can get out of hand. It can be super overwhelming, and you're spending a ton of time just on this administrative task as opposed to delivering your services, much less when you're managing a team. So one of the things that I did with many clients before, but this case in particular I will use as an illustration because it's a textbook case and can be simply applied even today. So like I said, professional services, service-based businesses. The beautiful part about our services is that we know what our clients need before they even know that they need that. So one of the invitations that I always offer to my own clients, and it's something that I created in my own service as well, is to look at the big picture. So when we're looking at the big picture, when we can anticipate what our clients are going to need, we can also offer them a complete solution. So that takes the pressure of a client having to decide from today to tomorrow what is it they're going to do. They know they can have this peace of mind that whatever problem they're going to be having, not only is going to be gone, but they will be able to move way past beyond this particular problem because you are offering them complete solution. On the other hand, you're going to now eliminate the need for all this time management, negotiating the hourly rate, feeling undervalued and overworked. Because at the time when perhaps you set the prices, you were proficient to a certain level. The more that you perform this particular service, the faster that you were able to deliver. Now you're actually punishing yourself because you can deliver better quality of service for a shorter amount of time, and yet you're still being paid for your time. So the gap is getting greater and greater and greater. All right, so now that you understand what your client's big picture is, I invite you to create this big solution and price it accordingly. So this client of mine in particular, again, service provider, was working 40 hours a week at $150 an hour, hustling and grinding, and could not catch a breath if they wanted to meet their monthly revenue goal, which was around $20,000 months, I think they were bringing in at the time. Exhausting, absolutely exhausting. So if this sounds like you and your team, I have information for you, not necessarily information, an invitation for you. And this is to create a retainer-based service, a complete solution. Like I said, you understand the problem that your client is dealing with. You understand what does it take on your end and your team's end to eliminate this problem and deliver the service way past just this minimum level. And just like the client of mine, they were able to go from 40 hours a week at $150 an hour to, are you ready for this, 20 hours a week and $15,000 per month retainer. Because we packaged their offers so that it was a complete solution. We shifted the business model and therefore made tweaks in their marketing, they made tweaks in their sales, and the management became easier. It eliminated the need for tracking down the outstanding invoices. It really eliminated all this tracking of the time and reporting the time and justifying everything to the clients. The clients, on the other hand, they had this peace of mind. They were also able to budget every month. They knew how much they would gonna be investing and what the outcomes are gonna be every particular month. So, in case you're feeling right now a little, oh my gosh, this is not the time that I can put this in place in my own business because times are unprecedented and people are stressed out and everybody's tightening up the belts. I invite you again to reconsider that. And I invite you to step into the expansion and look for the opportunities, even in the darkest of the darks, because that is what's going to set you apart. Not everybody is tightening up their belts. What they're looking for is the way out of the current situation, way out of the problems that are facing. And the faster they can get out, the more accurate and the most customized solution, the more correct and well done, the better it is going to be. And they will invest in that solution. And if you can figure out what that solution for your clients is, and if you and your team can figure out how to deliver that, I can promise that this is going to create not only more flexibility on your end, it will give you this space to now be with your family, to better serve your clients, and have more time for yourself, for your loved ones. The second part of this video that I wanted to address when it comes to the built-in buffer is it goes back to creating the complete solution. See, when we are billing by the hour, right? If something goes wrong, if a project gets expanded, yes, we can renegotiate, we can bill for additional time. When you're billing at a fixed rate, it is your responsibility that when you are quoting that particular project, to build in a buffer, delivery buffer. For example, when I was an online business manager, for most of the deliverables, we gave ourselves about 20 to 30% extra in time if it was a really complex project. And that really served us well because we were able, if we delivered way ahead of schedule, it was beneficial to the client and it was beneficial to the team, right? But we did not find ourselves in a position where we would be scrambling the last minute, having to drop everything else to handle things because of all the delays, because we were able to build that buffer. And also, if there were some complications, I had buffer in the budget that I could calmly turn to my team and say, can you redo this? Can you do this extra? Can you do this? Because I knew I had the funds to pay them because we built that buffer. Now, there's the third part to this actually that I want to share with you, and it's not necessarily the business part, but it goes back to the personal life with building the buffer. And I do feel called to share this with you because as somebody who is highly driven, high achiever, I usually take a lot of pride in the fact that my plate is always fuller than what I can actually take on. And I had to learn the hard way to give myself the buffer and create boundaries. So as much as I love to help, I love to offer my support, I love to participate in projects that educate others. I also know what I need for myself, and I also know what my family needs in terms of my own availability. And I am able to say, listen, this is not the timeline that I can honor, or this is not a commitment that I can honor. Can we make an adjustment here? So that way, I know that if I can exceed what's the word I'm trying to find? If I can deliver faster, it's awesome. But again, I'm not forced to stay up until midnight or 1 in the morning or 4 in the morning scrambling to get things done because there's just so much on my plate that I can't even catch my breath. That also allows me, the last part in this titled self-compassion, So self-compassion, what the heck is self-compassion, was something that I used to ask my mentor many years ago. It's like, I don't need self-compassion. I don't need self-love. I don't need self-care. I'm a strong, independent, high-achieving woman. I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody to take care of me. What are you talking about? Well, self-compassion is extremely important, especially in times right now when we need time and space for us to ground and center and reconnect with our inner beings and tap to the source, so that we are not flying around and flickering like a candle in the wind when all the hurricanes are raging around us with all the fear and uncertainty. You need to find that anchor within you, and self-compassion is one of the ways that you can give it to yourself. Be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself, love yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you have clients to take care of, when you have team to lead, when you have a business to manage, when you have the vision for the future of your business to keep tapping into, when you have, see, even my puppy agrees, when you have so many other things going on, when you're responsible for homeschooling your kids, putting food on a table, taking care of the house, and the list goes on and on and on and on, the easiest thing is to say, I don't have the time right now. I don't have the patience right now. Right now it's not a good time. I don't have the resources, whatever the excuses are. And guess what? You cannot give when your cup is empty. You can only give from the overflow, right? So your number one job is to make sure your own cup is full so that you can take care of everybody around you and that you can be there for others. You can be there for your team. You can be there for your clients. Like I said, this was a very hard concept for me to learn because I was convinced I did not need that, So I want to save you a lot of agony. I want to save you a lot of headaches, perhaps even a trip to the ER. It took me 2 trips to the ER due to burnout to learn this particular lesson. So, like I said, to summarize this whole video, we start with very technical strategies about shifting your offers from hourly to retainer based so that you can create in your own life more flexibility, more freedom, that you can serve your clients at a greater scale because you, the expert, know what they need. In return, when you shift the business model to retainer-based, project-based services, it also allows you to better manage your team, be there for them in a much greater way than when you're scrambling from month to month to month. Not to mention, they can budget and allocate the needed time for your projects too, without wondering what each next week and next month is going to bring. That also allows you to have a more predictable cash flow, which is extremely important for every single business. That also allows your clients to predict the investments and manage the expectations and make sure that everything is in place on their end to be able to continuously pay and make continuous investments. And then last but not least, the free time that you open up and the buffers that you're building into your own schedules as a result allows you to have, like I said, more flexibility, more freedom, more time with your family, more time for yourself, so that you can actually make sure your cup is always full, so that you can be there for others, so that you can find space to center, ground, connect to the source, tap into the bigger vision, and stay on your own path. Because no matter what else is going on around you, you and your inner knowing are the thing that matters, and it's what's going to get you through no matter the hurricanes raging around you. So let me know if you have any questions. The case study that I shared with you about taking a business from $150 hourly fee to a $15,000 monthly retainer that allowed my client to go from 40 to 20 hours working hours per week. You can find it on my website on the case studies and testimonials. If you have any questions, or if you would like to sit down and see what you can create in your business and how you can make things easier for your team and your clients, please reach out. We can have this conversation, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Right now, if you choose to see it, it's a beautiful, beautiful time to make those decisions, because the world really, really needs you, and your team really needs you, and you need to give this to yourself too. So have a good one. Sending you much love. Talk to you later. Bye.